today, we're finally going to be doing a new album review today for the new Mushroomhead album. An album that we've been waiting for 6 freaking years so far. We finally got what we deserve. The new Mushroomhead album is called A Wonderful Life. Now, I am just mind-blown. I am so excited that we have a new Mushroomhead album so far. Many folks out there, including myself, we love this album so much because it's so goddamn great. But there's a bad news though. We got a lot of haters out there. Those Jeffrey bros, just giving this album negative reviews and treating this like garbage because...
Oh no! Mushroomhead sucks! Mushroomhead's not the same without Jeff and Waylon! Mushroomhead is a cover band! Jackie Yoko Ono! Skinny is a dictator! Without Jeff you're nothing! Slipknot is bitter! Oh no!
Why am I toxic?
It's so asinine how, you get to cast judgment on this album, not giving it a chance on like crap. I just don't get it. Now, it's been like 6 years in a row, and listening to the new Mushroomhead album, I was relieved. I had so much hope for this band. I'm just satisfied. I can't thank them enough for making this album and all that. So, let's get on with the review.
Okay, so first of all, here's the art cover for the new album of Mushroomhead's A Wonderful Life. I gotta admit that the art cover, when you're looking at this, it's actually pretty darn creepy, considering that when you look at it, there's a bunch of really old vintage photos that were taken from the early 20th century, between the 1900s and the World War II era and such, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's actually pretty cool. What's cool about it is that you can also see that most of the people in the album art cover, you can see the X faces incorporated into their faces. You can't really see it. Sorry for the blurry camera, but overall, if you can't see this, you know what I'm talking about. It's actually kind of cool how they did this. And here's the back cover of the CD. More artwork so far. And this is the track lists for the new album as well. A Requiem for Tomorrow, Madness Within, Seen It All, The Heresy, What a Shame, Pulse, Carry On, The Time Has Come, 11th Hour, I Am the One, The Flood, Where the End Begins, Confutatus, To the Front, Sound of Destruction, Another Ghost, and Lacrimosa. Those last 4 songs on the bottom are actually bonus tracks because this is actually a deluxe edition. And yeah, that's the whole track list for the songs. Now I'm about to briefly talk about my review for the songs on this album. A Requiem for Tomorrow, that's a very good song. Love the heaviness and the melody and the music as well. It's pretty awesome. Madness Within is a pretty killer song. It's actually got that more energy and aggressive tone and lyricism. I like the part where J-Man does this part.
The weight of the world is constantly pulling it down, breaking and bumping and shaking this fucking whole goddamn thing right
to the ground. Just kidding. And Steve did a good job as well. I mean, his vocals are so amazing, man. I mean, this guy's just killing it. So yeah, it's actually a pretty dang good song so far. Seen It All is probably hands down the best song off the album. It's probably one of the best songs on the album so far. I just love how it's got that so much energy and more groove to the song. You could just jam out to it all the time. And the first time when I first heard of this song, right when Mushroomhead finally announced their first single for the new album, listened to it the first time, I'm just like, oh my god, this song is so catchy, man. I could not stop listening to it because it's so freaking good. You know, it's got all the energy and the lyrics are very good as well. Like, very intelligent. The Heresy, now I gotta admit, I tried not to get too disappointed with the song, but overall, it's actually pretty good. I listened to it the first time, it wasn't too shabby, but then it started listening to it like 4, 5, 6, and 20 times already, and I'm like, wow, that song's actually pretty good. Now, there's a problem with it. There's a bunch of people that actually hated this song because, you know,
'Cause Jackie's Yoko Ono!
I don't understand why most Mushroomhead haters are a bunch of dumb rednecks, to be honest. So what you're telling me is that bands like Evanescence, With Them Temptation, Lacuna Coil, Nightwish, Apparition, and all these other female vocalist metal bands out there are considered the Yoko Onos, right? Shut up already. Just stop with this nonsensical crap. Jackie is part of the band, get over it. Okay? Just stop. Shut up. No more. And I just don't get it though. Like, they're really the worst type of fans out there that actually discriminate women because, you know, for stupid freaking reasons. Like, if women really like metal music so much, like they can enjoy it or play music, that's good for them, you know? Like, what's wrong with women playing metal music, you know? That's sad. What a Shame is a pretty amazing song as well. That's so awesome. Pulse, now this is a very good song. I gotta admit that when you first listen to the song and you hear that piano interludes in the introduction of the song, you can literally tell that this album probably uses all that Tim Burton formula mixed within the melody and the instrumentation of their music. And it's so cool because listening to this album, this song, sounds like I'm listening to a Tim Burton soundtrack, which is cool, you know? Carry On is definitely on the same level as Pulse, another beautiful song as well. Steve and Jackie, they nailed it. Both of their voices are beautiful. Like, you just cannot deny the greatness and quality of their vocals and their music. The Time Has Come is good. The 11th Hour is also another good song. I Am the One is definitely good. Honestly, the rest of the songs on the track list are equally good in my opinion. But anyways, The Flood, this was probably my second favorite song off the album. Right when I hear the chorus part of Steve singing that chorus part, it just sounds like I'm listening to a Disturbed song. Like, I'm actually getting that Disturbed vibe when I'm listening to that chorus part of the song. And speaking of Disturbed, I would love to see Mushroomhead and Disturbed tour together and form as this one tour called the Disturbed Mushroomhead Tour, which is pretty darn cool. I would love to see that. So yeah, that's probably the second best song off the album. Where the End Begins, this song is okay, even though it's a ballad. It's not bad, it's not the best, but it's definitely not terrible either. It's a good song so far. I consider it as a ballad. Confutatus, I thought this was going to be another Mushroomhead song, but it turned out this song is actually a choir. It's kind of cool because Mushroomhead hired a local Cleveland choir group, you know, that does choir parts for their albums and such, and that's kind of cool because it gives it much more diversity appeal to this album, which gives it more artsy effect to it and stuff. It's kind of cool. To the Front is an instrumental song. It's kind of cool. Sound of Destruction is good. Another Ghost is also good. And Lacrimosa is pretty much another choir song. And this is something we never heard of, and that's kind of cool how they did that, how they incorporated it. Anyways, that's my review for the track lists. Now let's go on to the inside of the CD. This is the disc, as you can see here, Mushroomhead and Wonderful Life. And then let me try to open this up. This is the back art, creepy woman face with an X face. And then time for the booklet. I was hoping there would be like photo shoots of the band members in it, but it turned out that it's just more photos of the art cover. As you can see it, all these creepy yet pretty cool artworks with the X faces, you know, all these creepy old times photos. And here's the credits for the album and such. And then there's more artwork from like the album. It's kind of cool. Yeah, creepy. Mommy and Daddy. A wonderful life. A wonderful life. A wonderful life. Don't they just look adorable together? And then there's more artwork so far, all the creepy faces and stuff. This one right here is kind of demonic. Can't really see that, but it's creepy. And then more artwork as well. And that's it. So yeah, so far, this is definitely probably one of the best albums I've ever heard since 13. Like, the coolest thing about it is that, like, the guy who produced the album 13, Matt Wallace, also produced his album as well. And then listening to all the songs on the album just sounds like I'm listening to 13 2.0. And I feel like this album could possibly be the sequel to the album 13. So far, this is incredibly awesome album. I'd probably consider this my second favorite album now. My favorite songs on the album is A Requiem for Tomorrow, Madness Within, Seen It All, What a Shame, Pulse, Carry On, and The Flood. And those are my top favorite songs of the album. So yeah, that's it.
And that's my review for A Wonderful Life. Now, I understand that there's many people out there who are really disappointed. I understand that many people didn't like this album because, you know, oh, Jeffrey Nothing's not in the album anymore, there's no Waylon and all that. Everybody's complaining because Jeff is not in the band anymore. Look, I understand, like, I've been there before. I was disappointed when Jeffrey Nothing left the band for some reason. I know that it sucks. But let's be honest though, this band needed a new energy boost and also a new record deal because, well, Megaforce sucks. And so on and so forth. And we can thank Jeffrey Nothing for his memorial collaboration with Mushroomhead, his contribution, his legacy with this band so far. I understand that he wanted to leave the band to do his own thing and stuff, which I respect that. And I'm very glad for Mushroomhead, who are able to have someone who can sing just as very good, if not, you know, just really good, you know, to be taking Jeffrey Nothing's replacement. And what's ironic is that how many people like to bash on Steve Rauckhorst for doing Jeffrey's parts and all that stuff.
This guy is a cheap imitation of Jeffrey Nothing.
Yet, ironically, that imitation of Jeffrey Nothing was chosen by Jeffrey Nothing himself. And that's a fact. So to all the people out there who are very disappointed, but yet they can still appreciate it, look, just chill out a little bit, give this band a chance, like, respect them, the hard work they've done, the effort and everything they had to do, you know, to make this album good. Let's all appreciate the fact that Steve Rauckhorst is a very good singer. He's a very good replacement of Jeffrey Nothing. We should also thank Jeffrey Nothing with his legacy and collaboration with Mushroomhead, and we want to thank J-Man, Skinny, and other guys in the band for keeping this war machine alive and rolling. You know, if it wasn't for those guys, this band wouldn't exist. Wouldn't be a thing, you know? And this is actually a wonderful year so far. You know, like, I'm so glad that we have a new Mushroomhead album to listen to, because we got this whole coronavirus thing going on, and then the George Floyd idiots just rioting, burning down buildings and stuff. And that's kind of sad. With this whole coronavirus thing going on, I can't even go to freaking Applebee's and eat a cheeseburger with a bunch of my buddies around.
Oh, thank you. It tastes so outrageous. It must be a date.
And it's so sad, you know, that we have to go through this PLANdemic. It sucks. But it did not stop us from having Mushroomhead music, for having a new Mushroomhead album. And it is you know, it's a wonderful life with new Mushroomhead music so far, and everything else. So yeah, that's pretty much my review for this album. I just want to say is that I want to thank Mushroomhead so much for putting out this album, and to all the folks out there who really love this album, because it's really good and stuff. You're cool. And the ones that want to bash on it because, you know, oh, it's not the same without Jeffrey Nothing and all that stuff, well, that's your loss. You know, times change. Members go, members join. You know, this happened to a lot of bands, you know, throughout recent years of metal, hard rock and heavy metal music. You know, it's part of evolution. Things are going to change and stuff. So yeah, thank you all for watching this review, and I hope you'll have a wonderful life. God bless. We feed the war machine.
In this It's just not the same without Jeff and Waylon, bro. Without Jeffrey, bro, you're nothing, bro. It's just Skinny and his garbage cover band. Man, it's just not the same without Jeffrey Nothing. Man, these guys suck. It's like, without Jeffrey Nothing, this band's nothing but a shallow former selves, bro. And I gotta admit, Slipknot's way better than these guys. These guys freaking suck, bro. I hate my freaking life. Why do I feel sick?
It appears that you've been tested positive for COVID-19.
Coronavirus, oh no!
Use, you lose.